We're getting closer to Grey Cup 103 on Sunday here in Winnipeg. Steve Simmons along with Cam Cole. And as always happens on Friday of Grey Cup week, the commissioner of the Canadian Football League holds court, so to speak, gives his State of the League address. And for Jeffrey Orridge, the new commissioner, it was his first time through, and the reviews weren't exactly overwhelming, Cam.
Well, the logo is a little bit on the dull side, I would say, the new branding of the league. Great video, but I was most impressed with the commissioner's dancing ability around every hard question and the fact that he held the ball for 45 minutes without fumbling it once. So.
Well, what I was concerned about, and I'm interested to hear your view, was on business matters, be it marketing, be it where they're going, be it where the game needs to grow, he seemed to be okay. But on anything related to football, it was like, I don't know if I can answer that. In fact, he didn't really answer any of the football questions at all, and this is, after all, a football league.
It wasn't a really impressive thing. I thought that after about the halfway point, everyone's eyes kind of glazed over, and that was pretty much it. All the answers were how complicated and imperfect everything is, and we'll get back to you on that.
Well, it's funny because I think we've both been here for news conferences with the commissioners of, we have to keep this franchise alive, we have to keep that franchise alive, which team's going bankrupt, which team's not going bankrupt. Right now, the Canadian Football League is as stable as it's been, and so for Jeffrey Orridge's job, it's really to build the business now, along with deal with the numerous football problems.
Well, and really the only sore spot has been Toronto, and everyone expects that things are going to improve somewhat, if not all the way, next year when they move into BMO Field.
What I was concerned about, I'm curious to hear your view, but someone asked about Chris Jones, the coach of the Edmonton Eskimos, who's being wooed apparently by the Saskatchewan Roughriders, and what can a coach do under contract, or what can a team do to woo a coach under contract? And he didn't seem to either A, know about it, or B, have any kind of policy at all.
Well, because I think it's always been, as he said, I mean, I didn't even fault him on this one. It's always been kind of a, well, we can't stand in your way if you're going to add a title to my portfolio here, so go ahead. I mean, whether he's under contract or not, it's always been the case that you let a guy go for a better job. So if, unless they're going to make him the GM in Edmonton too, he may be free to go.
Quick pick, who do you like in the game, and will Chris Jones be back with the Edmonton Eskimos next year?
I think Chris Jones will be back, and I think Edmonton will win the game, but not handily. I think Ottawa's in this with a chance.
I'm going with 31-17 for the Edmonton Eskimos. I think if you give Chris Jones enough time to prepare, he's going to be good enough. The difference between the two football teams. For Cam Cole, I'm Steve Simmons at the 103rd Grey Cup in Winnipeg.